A gusting wind pushed impatiently at Caleb's back as he jogged down the main street toward the Golden Nugget Saloon and Kitty Welch. Small dust devils skittered down the road in step with him as he hustled along. The forest fire was burning sideways again and moving toward the ice house further downriver, but at least it gave the town a brief reprieve from annihilation. Fortunately, with the wind change had come some fresher air as well, and Caleb's smoke-addled lungs greedily sucked it in. Had the wind not changed direction a short while ago, the town would now be a blazing inferno. In fact, many residents seemed to have realized such a calamity might yet come to pass, and a large number had fled into the hills toward the only way in and out of the valley, the Golden Mile Pass. Caleb and the other volunteer firefighters had arrived back at the smithy just a few minutes before. With Sandy at his side, Dr. Brown had departed for his practice to prepare more peanut balls. Lucius, along with a few of the other volunteers, stayed with Fire Chief Cochran to assist in refilling the pumper wagon, and Police Chief DeGrot had gone to the police station to notify Constable Van Duzen of the situation. They would need to gather more volunteers to aid with the advancing fire and the monstrous red ants. The encroaching threats were something Caleb would defend Kitty against right to his dying breath, and now that he was back in town, he wanted to keep her as close to him as possible until the most immediate problems were resolved. After all, the last thing he wanted to worry about while battling the fire and the ants was her safety. Despite everything, he felt some relief with the hole-in-the-wall gang paid off by Sinclair. At least now, he didn't have to fear being kidnapped and tortured by the gold-toothed Jesus and his scar-faced sidekick Antonio. All in all, he felt renewed hope and was eager to see Kitty again. The saloon was empty when Caleb pushed through the batwing doors, save for one ancient sourdough playing solitaire and cracking open peanut after peanut from the bowl next to his gnarled hands. Muddy was busy behind the bar polishing some glasses, seeming unbothered about the calamities unfolding outside. It was with no small amount of surprise that Caleb took in what the bartender was doing, or rather, not doing. "Aren't you packing anything up? I thought your boss would have you saving his expensive booze at the very least, and here you aren't even packing the fine china yet." Muddy shook his head, saying, "Nope, the boss man said no need." "No need? You have a blazing inferno not a mile from town, and you're saying Sinclair isn't worried about it?" "He doesn't seem too concerned about anything going on out there." "Well, if that wind blows the wrong way again, we're all going to be needing water instead of whiskey." The value of the alcohol behind the bartender was worth a good half-dozen nuggets like the ones he'd found in his accursed cavern. But it was strange. Why wasn't Sinclair feeling the need to move his valuables out of the way of the approaching fire?